Mase may have resolved his long-standing publishing dispute with Diddy, but it's evident that he hasn't forgotten about another one of Puff's alleged misdeeds, namely his rumored ties to Tupac murder suspect Dwayne Keefe D. Davis.
Well, I'm not playing. Where do I know that name from? Because I'm still kind of lost.
Yeah, you know.
No, for real. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bad boy.
So, former Bad Boy artist Mase just opened up about the long-standing conspiracy theory about Diddy's alleged involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Mase stirred up a debate during his recent appearance on It Is What It Is with Cameron, where they discussed Keefe D's recent arrest in connection with the Tupac murder case, and Mase hinted at Diddy's connection to Keefe, seemingly implying that Diddy may actually be linked to the murder. Now, these allegations about Diddy stem from Keefe D himself, who confessed to police in 2008 that he discussed a deal with Diddy to kill Tupac and Suge Knight in the mid-1990s, although he claimed Diddy never paid him the $1 million he allegedly promised. Diddy, however, has dismissed Keefe's allegations as nonsense and has repeatedly refused to answer any questions regarding rumors that he ordered Pac's murder. But these rumors gained a lot of traction following Keefe's sudden arrest, with multiple sources speculating that Diddy is next. But what did Mase reveal about Diddy's relationship with Keefe? And does he really think Diddy ordered Keefe to take out Pac? Let's get into it.
You know what I'm saying?
I pray Tupac get justice. Whoever is involved, he needs justice. Everybody need their justice. He does.
Mase has joined the ongoing conversation surrounding Keefe D's arrest in connection to Tupac's murder during a recent appearance on It Is What It Is, and he seemingly alluded to Diddy's involvement in the case. Mase, who was signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Records during the 90s, joked about not knowing who Keefe D is and acted oblivious when they asked him about the Diddy connection. But Mase was clearly being sarcastic, and it sounded like he was trying to say that Diddy being involved in the conspiracy to eliminate Pac is old news.
Back to the books. Well, you know, the crime happened in Las Vegas.
Okay.
The nigga moved back to Vegas.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I'm not playing. Where do I know that name from? Because I'm still kind of lost.
Yeah, you know.
No, for real. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bad boy.
Yeah, when I heard the name, I was like, I heard the name before, but it didn't really click like that. No, y'all joking. I'm serious.
It's gonna click. It's definitely gonna click.
Now, as you probably know, Keefe D was recently arrested in Las Vegas and formally charged in connection to Tupac's murder. According to court documents obtained by the Las Vegas KTNV, the police raided Keefe's home during their investigation and found 2 giant bins of photographs, including photo albums, magazines, and numerous clippings of the murder of Tupac dating back to 1996. Now, why would he have all of that? A Clark County District Court grand jury indictment charges Keefe with murder and includes sentencing enhancements for the use of a lethal weapon, along with alleged involvement in gang-related activities. Now, the official story, as authorities believe, involves Orlando Anderson, Keefe D's nephew, shooting Tupac on September 7, 1996, after Tupac and his crew jumped Orlando in a Las Vegas MGM hotel and casino, allegedly due to a previous chain theft involving a death row associate. In his book, Compton Street Legend, Keefe claimed that he occupied the front passenger seat of the Cadillac and handed a firearm to the rear seat, where the shots were reportedly fired from. In 2009, Keefe faced legal trouble relating to drug charges and agreed to acknowledge his involvement in Tupac's killing in order to avoid life in prison for drug charges. But this admission, referred to as a proffer, couldn't actually be used against him in a prosecution. During the extensive 3-month grand jury investigation leading up to Keefe's arrest in 2023, prosecutors presented jurors with excerpts from Keefe's interviews with the Art of Dialogue YouTube channel. In a September 2021 interview, Keefe discussed waiting for Tupac and Suge to appear at a club after the Mike Tyson fight, with the intention of arranging a fight between Pac and Orlando Anderson. When they failed to arrive, the men in the Cadillac left, but they later spotted Tupac riding with Suge in the BMW.
How did you know Tupac and Suge was in the black BMW?
He was hanging out the window.
Tupac?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Shit, he had half his body out the window. Yeah. Just, you know, that Bay Area shit. You know how they do. That weird shit. Like Ghost Rider Whip. You know, they just want to be flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? Want to be seen and shit.
According to this interview, the plan was for another individual in the Cadillac, DeAndre Smith, to shoot Pac. But Keefe said that DeAndre got cold feet, so Orlando allegedly took the gun from him and fired the fatal shots at Pac.
He was the one that was supposed to shoot, you know, Tupac and Suge, but he got scared, right?
No, he didn't really get scared. You know, he wasn't ready for that. They was youngsters, man. Kids.
But once again, I mean, y'all Crips, right? So he should be used to that, right, Dre? So why was
He wasn't ready for that. Everybody got a role, man. Everybody ain't killers. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna kill.
So
everybody
Dre,
ain't
he
with
wasn't
that.
a shooter?
No.
Okay, so, but he was the one that was supposed to shoot up Tupac and Suge, but for some reason, he wasn't ready for it, so he gave the gun to Orlando, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And Orlando is the shooter. He's the known shooter. I mean, everybody know Orlando Anderson was a shooter. So Dre got cold feet. He didn't want to do it. He gave the gun to Orlando, and Orlando shot Tupac and Suge.
Yeah, he did his thing, yeah.
Before Keefe's indictment, the grand jury also had the opportunity to see photographs of the crime scene, which included an image of the Death Row Records chain Tupac was wearing that night, pictures of other vehicles in Pac's group, and photographs of shell casings on the ground. Additionally, the photos included a shot of the blood-stained interior of the BMW. On October 4th, Keefe made a brief appearance in court in Las Vegas, but he did not have legal representation at the time, so the judge decided to reschedule his hearing for October 19th. During this appearance, Keefe did not enter a plea, which means he will stay behind bars in custody without the option of posting bail. So again, this is the official story, based on what the Las Vegas police have shared with the public so far. It doesn't sound like they're planning to go after anyone else other than Keefe in relation to Pac's murder. But there's been a lot of speculation over the years that Orlando and Keefe were working on Diddy's orders. Back in 2006, LAPD detective Greg Kading was assigned to investigate the murder of Biggie Smalls after Biggie's mom sued the LAPD, alleging that they covered up her son's murder. Kading discovered that back in 1997, an informant told investigators that Diddy had offered $1 million to Southside Crips to eliminate both Tupac and Suge Knight, which Keefe later confirmed. Now, a lot of people on social media have been saying that this means Diddy is next and that he needs to be arrested. But we have to be realistic here because the chances of Diddy getting charged with anything in connection to Pac's murder are pretty much non-existent. In a recent interview, Detective Kading said that he doesn't believe Diddy will be implicated in Keefe's murder trial because in order to build a case against Diddy, the state would have to find strong, credible witnesses to corroborate Keefe's allegations.
You're going to need some really strong, credible, corroborating witnesses. You're going to need people that said, I was there when a financial transaction took place and it was very clear what that money was for. I was there when the agreement was made. I spoke with Puff about it and he told me that he'd hired these guys. You know, you're gonna need some really strong, credible witnesses to support what Keefe D said. Absent that, you're dead in the water.
So do you think it'll ever be possible that anything will get to Puffy or no?
Not, in my opinion, I don't see it happening.
And then in another recent interview, Detective Kading explained that even if the state could find someone to corroborate Keefe's claim, Diddy would bring the best lawyers money could buy, and it would be easy for them to discredit these witnesses, including Keefe D.
Puffy now is, you know, an iconic music figure with hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not going to have a very practical likelihood of prosecuting him based solely on the testimony of a known gang member, convicted drug dealer, ex-convict, and who has changed his story several times. So the prosecution in Las Vegas realizes that this is, you know, most likely never going to result in a conviction. Just don't have the credibility in the witness to bring this forward, and that's the problem with it.
Detective Kading also said that he personally doesn't believe that Diddy ordered the murder of Tupac or Suge Knight, claiming that Diddy simply isn't built like that. But fans are saying that just because Diddy probably won't get formally charged with anything doesn't change the fact that he's responsible for the downfall of many artists. Puff don't care whose neck he's got to step on to get or stay at the top. To make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs. And if that means MFers gotta die or he gotta RIP them off, then so be it. Diddy gonna get his and theirs. Now, as for Mase's recent comments about Diddy and Keefe, fans believe Mase probably knows much more than he's letting on. But since Diddy recently returned to Mase the publishing rights for his music, Mase most likely signed an NDA, which bars him from talking about Diddy in public. One fan said, "Anyone else catch Mase's side look to Cameron when he said Tupac deserves justice? In my opinion, that side look said, Puffy finally about to get that karma." And another person added, "As part of him getting his Bad Boy rights back, he can't speak on Bad Boy. It was a clause in the paperwork. This is his slick way of saying something without saying something. LOL." But how do y'all feel about all these new details that are coming out about Diddy and Tupac's murder case? Let me know in the comments, and then check out this next video.